This is another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. Grand Rising family, what's happening, right? So we want to talk about, right, the contradictions in the Bible. We want to understand really why there are contradictions in the Bible. Why is it that in the Old Testament there are contradictions, right? There are things that contradict the New Testament that has 27 books, right? And we want to talk about 1 Kings chapter 22 verses 19 through 24, right? A lying spirit, right? Where is the liar coming from? For God is not a man that he should lie. God is certainly not the author of confusion, is he? But right here in this book, 1 Kings chapter 22, right, verses 19 to 24, God talks about putting a lying spirit in the prophets. He axes those who stood on his right and those who stood on his left. 39 on the right, 27 on the left, right? He acts as he stood in the congregation of the mighty, and he judgeth among the powers, right? One said, I will go forth and entice him. He asked him, what shall you do? He said, I shall go forth and entice him. So the Lord said, I shall send a what? Lying spirit from my throne, from those who are on my left and those who are on my right. Now where did they come from? They came from the throne he was at, from amongst the presence of God. A lying spirit was in God's throne, according to this book. But God is not a man that he should lie. And also, a liar shall not enter into heaven. That's what's said right here in these books. But in this book, say God is not a man that he should lie. So we're talking about a lying spirit. And I'm asking you, the pastor, the Hebrew Israelite, the Bible thumper, to explain to me, if a liar can't enter into heaven, then it most certainly could come close to the throne that's inside heaven. And here this lying spirit came from amongst the throne, amongst the congregation of the mighty. Every time you try to defend this, a lying spirit is going to come out of your mouth, right? I can put a pair of pants on an elephant for I'll stop you from lying, because a lying spirit is going to come out of your mouth. Every time you try to defend what's going on right here, a lying spirit is going to come out of your mouth. We're talking about the King James Version. We're talking about the 1611 King James Version. We're talking about 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 19 through 24. Can be found among the 39, right? In the 27 books, which is the New Testament, we are told that a liar cannot enter or inherit the kingdom of God or enter into heaven. But here we're told that one who stood on his right, and either among the ones that stood on his left, was a lying spirit that volunteered to go forth as a lying spirit. Don't believe me? Check it out. Is it on his left? Is it on his right? Is it on his right? Or is it on the left? That's a contradiction, ain't it? So you know what a contradiction is. Are there any contradictions in the Bible? Does this verse right here explain to us that a lying spirit was in heaven and close to the throne of God? You can't get no close to heaven than that. So we're asking, or I'm asking the common sense question, right, to at least 33 preachers who talk about a man who lived to be 33 years old. He died 33 AD, right? So the King James Version, right, produced in 1611. The whole book was produced by a lying spirit, King James. A lying spirit. A lying spirit in 1611 commissioned a group of people to write a text based upon a lying spirit. And every time you try to defend this text, a lying spirit is going to come out of your mouth. This is another New Black World Order TV Productions. I'm talking about the contradictions that are in the Bible. Why are Hebrew Israelites still attached to the King James Version? Why are they still reading their master's book after the contradictions here to what's in here? Go to 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 19 through 24. And if you feel like it, you can read the whole book of Kings if you think I'm cherry picking. There's a lying spirit in the King James Version.